What's up, my brothers and my sisters from another mister? Today we're going to do Batman Spawn 2022 issue number 1. Actually, technically it's a one-shot, brought to you by Rated Comics. Let's get to it. We begin this issue with a split panel between Bruce Wayne and Al Simmons. The monologue is by Al Simmons Spawn, a comparison on how they're similar and different. Even though they lived different lives, their priorities were the same. Protect those they care about. In Bruce's case, it was his mother. In Al Simmons' case, it was Wanda Blake, his wife. It was the night they couldn't save the women in their lives. They abandoned them on the night of June 26. June 26 was the night they turned into monsters. While Batman goes to work on the Joker, we continue this monologue with Al Simmons / Spawn. He continues to say that the power he needs to unlock the darkness has been given to another that looks like him. A voice told him it was the one they called the Black Beast. Al's motivation is to retrieve his wife Wanda again. In order to do that, he has to unlock the portal. That's if it's possible. It's why he went into the Black Abyss where heaven and hell intersect. The dead zones. To get to the Black Beast, sorry, that just sounds like some kind of Navy here on the hub. But anyways, a terrible joke, I know. But that same voice from the void told him he could send him directly to the Black Beast, but only for one night, and only because he had no soul. If he could get the beast to unlock the portal, it will also unlock Wanda's soul. But he should have known better. But Al was too blind, and he curses himself for what happened that day. The day he spent with the Black Beast. The story starts with Al telling She-Spawn that the Scorch can handle a mission. And by the way, we covered all the Scorch issues in this channel, so Spawn decided to venture into the void, and most of his day has slipped away, all in the name of love. In this panel, Bruce Wayne is having trouble sleeping because it's the anniversary when he lost his woman, the woman that meant the most to him, Martha. 5 hours are all that remains to have any impact from the events of that tragic night, and 5 hours is all that Spawn has left. He stands up and sees the bat signal out his window. He leaves to do his Batman thing. Evil doesn't pause because Bruce is mourning over the loss of his mom. He honors his mom by being Batman. Alfred confirms that she would be proud. Commissioner Gordon conveys a message to Batman that leads him to the small alleyway where Batman was born. He knows this isn't a coincidence. As he ventures deeper into the shadows, Batman's confused. He thought he knew every square inch of Gotham, especially this alley. Where he's standing shouldn't exist. A glint of light catches his eye. Someone from the court of owls emerges from the shadows holding Bruce's mother's pearl necklace, taunting Batman that he didn't know what was inside the pearls. But his dad did. Bruce's dad thought he was being clever by doing this. They needed them back, and too bad his mom had to die. Batman lunges at him to grab the necklace, and no more taunting. He hates that stuff. The owl vanishes like a ghost and reappears again and taunts the Dark Knight some more. Take them back. See if they'll ease your pain. But you're not the only monster we created that night. That's one serious mind effing that they're doing. As the enemy morphs into natural form, Spawn comes in with that sonic boom from behind as quick as a single heartbeat. One of their monsters has arrived and it's enraged. To me, this has to be a lopsided matchup for Batman since he's unprepared to deal with Spawn. When the brother has time to prepare and strategize, he has a much better chance with Spawn. You've got something I need, Demon, says Spawn. Batman does all he can to survive. But that isn't enough. Spawn's ready to counter. Batman hears his cartilage pop and tendons tear as each blow lands. Like I said, lopsided when Batman don't have much time to prepare for this. Then Spawn stops, as if his power just shuts down or something. That something is a dead zone. Hidden spaces where warriors from heaven or hell are rendered useless. Batman remains unchanged because he isn't either. Spawn realizes Batman is human. And he is human, but damn, Batman counters back with an attack that probably makes Spawn feel pain like a human too. He fights back, and you get the sense that the Court of Owls have something to do with it with this panel right here, and they are definitely pulling the strings with this. Though Batman's body's screaming in pain, Batman delivers the same savageness and brutality he just endured. This heavyweight battle seesaws back and forth. Neither is able to get an advantage. This is playing out exactly as the Court of Owls intended. They wanted to kill Bruce Wayne for years. This new recruit, Spawn, could ultimately deliver that to them. And we're just gonna take that moment to enjoy this panel right here. Okay. For centuries, Gotham has served the cloak agendas of the Court of Owls. With an insatiable need for power, the Shadow players would do anything to quench that thirst. Killing Bruce Wayne was one small sip, but some court members believe that Batman could instead be their salvation. Their leader. Tonight will determine who is right. Batman sends his foe flying out the dead zone. Come get me, says Spawn. Batman knows now that he holds the advantage, and Batman's like, man, don't be a bitch and come on. Even though Batman doesn't talk that way, but I do. Anyways, Spawn won't. He won't come on. He knows he'll lose his powers again. Spawn taunts and tells him, don't cower. Not on the same night you killed her. Batman asks him who died on the night of the 26th. Now, this moment feels like Martha moment in Batman v Superman. It just does, but comment below, let me know on that. After they both say the names of who died on the 26th, Spawn yells at Batman. They said that you're holding Wanda's soul. He wants her back. In the blink of an eye, Spawn sees the Court of Owls. Batman knows they're being watched. He tells Spawn that he's been tricked. Enraged and eyes glowing with anger, Spawn asks him to prove it. Batman steps forward and acknowledges that they both have been tricked, so kill him if he wants. Otherwise, they need to talk. By the way, if you're liking the content we're throwing up, you know what to do. Like the video and subscribe to this channel. Here at Rated Comics, we do awesome comic book reviews, comic book related content with the occasional comic book giveaway. Now, back into the content. Miles away, a meeting takes place. This meeting is about if Batman is dead or not. He's pissed about the failure despite sending a Hellspawn to do the job as backup. He grins, and whoever this guy is states that he has plans of his own. He introduces their newest assassin, Talon. He kind of does look like a badass gangster in this panel in this art right here. This assassin states that if you guys want to succeed, it has to happen tonight. The reason it has to happen tonight is by exploiting their weakness. Each of them had a woman they love. That'll be their downfall. No more planning. This has to happen. No one's playing around here, and this ain't your elementary school's recess anymore. Anyways, in the Batcave, Batman concludes that they're playing with reality. If they believe Spawn's wife and Batman's parents died not only in the same day but at the same time, meaning they're capable of shifting frames. Spawn isn't fazed by this because a court exists in every dimension. Batman's dimension, he gets the damn owls to deal with, and Spawn's dimension is the damn court of priests. Alfred comes in and gives Batman something to drink, and Spawn has a laughable moment like, your army is your butler? Batman explains to Spawn his army of bats that he's gone to battle with before, and Spawn compares his army as well. He tells Batman that being human isn't sustainable against his enemies. His enemies are all monsters, and if they find a pathway here, he doesn't care how good Batman is. They'll wipe him out. Bruce shows his identity and tells Spawn that he likes being human. Spawn reveals his human form to tell Bruce that he likes being human too, but they took that away from him, and they'll take it away from Bruce too. Then he reveals his true Spawn form, indicating to Batman that this is what his future will look like. Spawn tells Bruce that he survived by being worse than his enemies. Bruce tells Spawn that there's others with power, and Spawn knows he's talking about Superman. In Spawn's future, they kill Superman because they weren't scared of him. That seems counterintuitive to me, but okay. Batman doesn't take too kindly on being human as a form of weakness as Spawn is describing. He puts on his cowl and tells him that having powers isn't everything. If he believed that to be true, he'd be dead years ago. Batman tells Spawn, I get it. I know they trained you to think from your neck down. I tried that too for a while. It nearly got me killed a dozen times. Now I use what's above my neck, my brain. As big and powerful as Bruce's enemies are, or may be, he finds his weakness and exploits them just like they'll be doing tonight. Batman goes about getting information his way. Spawn brutally goes about getting information his way. They eventually come across the Joker because they're looking for the owls. At this point in the issue, it's just the Joker being the Joker. He tries to get under Batman's skin as always, but that doesn't work. Now Joker can easily get to Spawn. Joker lets them in on something. Their interests are aligned. He wants the owls destroyed too. They're encroaching on his town, so tonight the Joker scratches their back if he scratches the owl's eyes out. He tells Spawn to keep bats alive because he has his own plans for him one day. The Joker gives them the information they need. After they leave, the clowns' minions crowd around Joker. They got no idea what's waiting for them after the owls, but Joker promises that their master and he won't be clowning around, indicating that the Joker is working for the Violator. Obviously, they're unaware that the more ominous threats awaits either hero should they survive tonight. Each is focused on their newfound enemies who seem capable of moving between dimensions. Since neither fully trusts the other, each has drawn up his own battle plan for how tonight will end, with Batman curiously prepping by asking Spawn a strange set of questions, which is what his wife's last name or her maiden name was. Blake, says Spawn. Batman says, when you hear me call that name Blake, be ready. We just have to be ready for that too. Talon is seeking a treasure, one lost for over 2 decades. Less than 90 minutes remain to make this happen. A glint of light catches his eyes. It's one of the pearls to Martha's necklace. That pearl is the key for the owls to be able to control a portal to the cosmos. In the cave, the Dark Knight is building a specific weapon for a specific place. The assassin tells one of the owls that his partners nearly ruined everything. If they killed Batman, the war is over and we lose. We can't let that happen. He asked if he found a device, which is the pearl. The assassin says yes, and the owl tells him to go find Batman then. If things go our way, then kill him, because Batman is of no value after tonight. The assassin believes when Batman learns that he can save his own mother, he'll open the portal. Spawn is just the trigger. Silence fills the room, then Spawn appears. I've taken your boss. You want him or Batman? Then come find us. Spawn disappears with the owl, and the assassin isn't quick enough to land his blow. In the outskirts of Gotham, anger grows in Batman. He suppresses it because he's Batman. Spawn, on the other hand, would be like, fuck that shit, we angry and we hungry. He tells Spawn that he's in position, the weapon Batman built earlier. 12 minutes is all they have left to get this done and get it over with. Talon sneaks behind Batman. I don't recall anyone be able to sneak behind the Dark Knight. I could be wrong though. He kicks him back and tells Batman that he's gonna do exactly what he tells him. Why? Because we made you the day your mom died, and that's when we created you. Without us, there is no Batman. The floodlights turn on inside of Arkham Asylum, revealing the courtyard. Spawn and Assassin have a stare down. He knows Spawn doesn't want to come inside the dead zone and risk not having his power rendered useless. By the way, link in description if you wish to purchase this comic book, support the art, and support the industry. The variant and the racial covers on this, in my opinion, are worth owning. Spawn tells the Assassin that for all that tough talk, you need what your boss is holding, the pearl. So stop being a weenie and come on. He does, and the inmates watching things go wild like a UFC girl fight in bikinis and mud. We all gonna be watching. Now I wonder why Arkham Asylum was selected as the final fight scene. Turns out the asylum was built where a dead zone was, and they knew it. A place where criminal powers would be dampened. Now many of the inmates, most were put there by Batman, have taken a keen interest in the outcome of the battle. As for Spawn, his necro energy won't work. Talon gets to work on Spawn and drills on him brutally. He continues landing blow after blow on Spawn. Talon tells Batman that he can help him save his mother, Martha, and her soul, but he's forgotten about another soul, Spawn's dead wife, Wanda, and Spawn will fight with everything he has. Get off me, son! The clock is ticking down. There's 4 minutes left into the night, and the panicked owl strikes out randomly to Batman and Spawn. All Talon can do is watch for the moment. He has 1 shot left, and Spawn knows it. Spawn tells Bats to cut the lights. He does that by pressing a button. Everything goes dark, but Owl's eyes are made for the dark. He shoots and appears to hit Bats in the chest. Plot twist though, Bats impales the boss Owl. Owl boss whatsoever. I don't care. Turns out it's Spawn disguised as Batman. Notice the green eyes? The real Batman is shocked by this. Ow, what have you done? Spawn parades his kill around the yard for all to see. And as word spreads of what Batman just did, he knows it will have an effect he was seeking as he hides back in the shadows. Now they're furious, says Spawn, because now they think if they push you too far, you just might kill him. They'll think twice before coming after you again. Batman's like, man, I didn't need your damn help on that. Not like that. Spawn gets tossed on the other side of the dead zone and becomes merely human. 2 minutes are left. Talon is desperate. Last chance. Batman, you help open the portal or I slit Al Simmons' throat, then break his neck. Batman's like, go ahead. I don't care. He just killed a man. Breaking Batman's code, that's a no-no. Batman warns Talon, but when you do, I release this button and this entire asylum shuts down. Every cell in here will open. You'll never take over Gotham. You know why? It won't be Superman or Flash that stops you. It'll be them, the villains. And Talon asks a valid question. What about you? They'll tear you apart. Batman's like, maybe. but not at first. They may hate me, but there's one thing they hate more. That's anyone who helped make me. You just told everyone that was you. They'll hunt you down and do what they like most. That's hurting people. You'll spend the next decade fighting them. There's dozens of them. You're bluffing, says Talon. Then kill Simmons if I'm bluffing, says Batman. And while you're at it, kill me too. So I'll release this button. 1 minute is left and Batman has a stare down with the Talon. Then who'll save your mom's soul, says Talon. No one. Bruce spies Spawn outside the zone. Hers was taken long ago, like Wanda's, like Simmons. That's why you needed me, isn't it? My soul's still intact. That's what you were so desperate for, my humanity. The one weapon all of you lost long ago. He utters the word blank as Batman kicks Talon in the chest. Spawn's cape opens and swallows its victim whole. Batman had hoped Spawn would take something with him before disappearing forever. Searching, he finally finds the device. He wonders if that matters. In this epilogue, in a different direction, Wanda stares at the signal. She doesn't know what that means. In another universe, we see Martha talking with Father Kilgore before Kilgore turned into Hunt. And somewhere in the void, Clown is looking like excellent. Everything is working exactly as planned, and now the next move is mine. And that's where we end this issue of Spawn Batman, issue number 1, one shot 2022. What you guys think of the comic book? Comment below, let me know. If you're looking for a visually stunning book with variant covers up the wazoo, then Batman Spawn is the perfect book for you. I'm definitely adding some variants and ratios to my personal collection. In terms of the story, I don't know why it got some hate. I mean, I understand differences in opinion, but I thought this was a hell of a ride, a hell of a read, and it was kind of fun. I dug it. Now, I understand some of the dialogue with Batman doesn't seem natural to Batman in my personal opinion, but for the sake of storytelling, I dug the story and I thought it was fun. Check us out on Whatnot if you wish to add any of the variants / ratios to your comic book collection, link in description. With all that being said, Batman Spawn, issue number 1, 2022 one shot. If you like the content we're throwing up, don't be shy, don't be stingy, like the video, subscribe to this channel. It'll help Rated Comics to make more content like this. With all that being said, thank you again for watching. Until next time.